Hello. I'm troubleshooting here. I'm sorry if my mic is loud. It's like, if you can't see my mask eating this little headphone, the microphone is like right on my jaw right here, so. This isn't gonna be a very long stream, because I do have to keep packing after this, but I wanted to like draw on stream for a little bit with the mask, so before I had to go back to not being able to stream for quite a long time, I think. Sorry for the creaks. It's the mask doing its thing, you know. Anyways. Troubleshooting really quick. If anyone has joined, I just want to let you know I can't see chat right now, so I'm so sorry if I'm not interacting. Because my OBS doesn't like turning the chat on for some reason, so I'll have to figure that out eventually. Smoothing the scales out right now so they're not as blocky like I did for these, you know, give them a bit of definition, if you will. And you'll probably see from this that I talk a lot with my hands, so that's why my hands are below the camera, because I can't handle not having them up in the air. The only downside to this mask is that I can't scratch my face and it's really itchy right now. So I'm like trying to itch it. This will be posted uh after. Hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. I mean, it shouldn't, but you know. Oh hey, this is a song about somebody who got me into streaming. Um, you should go follow him. It's The Unprofessional. I'll link him in the comments after this. Give him a little bit of clout. I'm trying like my best not to breathe into this mic. It's a little bit of a struggle. I'll move this away from my face a little bit. That's better. Because, like, I know in my personal opinion, I don't like listening to people breathe on their streams. And I'm sure you guys don't like that either. So, I'll do my best to not make you guys suffer through the things that I don't like either. Ow. I just kicked something under my table, so that was fun. I don't do a lot of these face cams because, well, I mean, this is the first one, I guess. Mostly because I just don't like my face being out there as much, you know? And I don't think I'm all that interesting to watch anyways, if that makes sense. I mean, I try my best, of course, but there's always gonna be, like, the little worm in the back of your mind that's like, well, you're not all that interesting. You're not gonna be great. And so I kind of avoid it. So having this mask on makes me a little bit more confident because you don't have to see me making stupid faces. You just see me in this sick ass mask. Um, and it kind of helps. I think that's why people like masks or like the VTuber models because you can show a lot of emotions with those. Um, without exactly showing your face. And I mean, you can base it off yourself, but who's gonna know, right? Um, but I think that speaks a lot for the society that we're in now, because, like, if we're so afraid to show who we really are, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself, because everybody just judges so harshly when they should really just be judging themselves. And so that's why I try not to judge people as much as I used to. Because, I mean, of course, I'm always going to have judgments as soon as I meet a person, like first impressions, and that's what you just think of the person. But, like, it's good to not, to, like, try and move away from that, if that makes sense. At least I try to. And it's given me a bit more of a positive outlook on life. I'm still a little bit pessimistic, but in this day and age, it's hard not to be. I mean, it's just how it is. I try my best, though. It's just kind of hard trying to figure out where you want to go in life when it's like, I like art, but making it a job would make me hate it. And also, artists just don't get paid as much as they should, or if at all. This might be a commission, but out of all the time I've spent on it, is it really worth the money? I mean, I enjoy it, and I enjoy the process, and it's helping me learn a lot, yeah. But, I mean, at the same time. And, like, in all honesty, a lot of artists don't get paid what they should. Not that I'm getting paid more than I should, honestly, on this. At least in my opinion. Just because, one, it's taking me so long, and two, it's just like, you know, I don't know. I mean, there's some amazing artists out there, and they just price their work so low because people will complain about the prices. Like, oh, you're charging $80 for this full set piece with all this shading in a background? You're crazy. And then it's like 8 hours of work, and that's $10 an hour. That's $10 an hour. And that's not even a livable wage in this day and age. Like, I make more than that in my dead-end job, which I'm leaving, but also, like, my other dead-end job, while I wait to go back to college, is kind of just, I mean, I make a little bit more than that, but it's still not livable. And I guess that's telltale for this day and age, too, right? So, I mean, like, the bare minimum should be you can eat, pay rent, have a car, um, have a roof over your head. Because if you don't have a car, then you're kind of screwed, especially in America, because we don't really have a lot of public transportation. Unless you live in, like, a city, and cities are notoriously expensive, so even then, that's just not, like, it's just not a foreseeable option for a lot of people. And so you have these people, like, working 3 jobs and still not making ends meet, and I think that's not what we should be moving towards. We should be moving towards having affordable housing and everything, which is not an easy thing to do at all, but also there's just people we're being exorbitantly greedy. Um, and I think that should change. Hearing like a real creepy sound outside. I guess it's outside. Creepy. But like, I gotta keep packing and go back home, you know? And, you know, my current life predicament is just like trying to figure out what I'm gonna do between now and 2, 3 months from now when I graduate from college, you know? Like, I don't, I still don't know what I want to do with my life, you know? I don't know, I can't think of a career that I would really enjoy other than maybe like an archaeologist, but they don't make money, you know? The expenses outweigh the benefits. And, you know, I could be a fighter pilot, but I need a bachelor's for that, and I'm not getting a bachelor's. And so I'd have to spend even more money just to get. Sorry, my mask is hurting. Just to get, like, a, a sliver of a chance to join the program, and then what if I don't make it through the program? What am I gonna do then? Like, I'm just a little lost. And I wish I had, like, a good mentor, but, uh, like, my parents, they're alright, and I know they love me, but they're also just not good at giving guidance, especially not when I'm, like, when they still have the mindset of just work hard and it'll be okay, but that's not how it works anymore, and you had to be lucky, if even that, you know? And I mean, a positive mindset is great and all, but at what point does that get you anything, you know? Like, you can just be the most positive person, you can be super kind to everybody, but then they take advantage of you, right? And so you have to do it in, like, moderation. And it's hard, you know, because I like to be a nice person. I hold the door for people. I help people. I go out of my way to do things for people, and they won't do the same for you. And so I've come to the point where, yeah, I'll hold a door for you, but I'm not going to go out of my way to help you anymore, because that's just inconveniencing me, taking my time and my money away when you've done nothing to help me back. I'm sorry, I go on tangents a lot. Because, like, I don't know. Y'all probably don't want to hear my life story, so I'll just, like, try and give advice and just yap while I'm drawing, because, you know, who knows? Everybody could have me muted right now, or anybody who ends up watching this. If anybody. Also, if you see me wiggling or like vibrating, I'm just like moving my legs because I can't sit still. I'm just a very jittery person right now, or most of the time, anyways. I gotta be doing something. Um, if you ever find yourself up like late at night and you're just thinking and you can't stop thinking, um, just remember after like 9 or 10 o'clock, your brain is basically on drugs. And it's like scientifically proven to be like that. I would pull it up right now, but that's not the point of this stream. But that's why you see so many like depressing things on your For You page if you're scrolling late at night. It's because since everybody's up that late and posting that late and it's coming up that late on your phone, it's just like everybody's on those really depressing brain drugs. And so it just makes your mind race. Um, and the best way, at least for me, to kind of get out of that funk is to just think about like the best memory you've ever had and try and turn those bad memories and the bad thoughts coming up into something good. Like, not that you should downplay any of your bad memories and your bad emotions, right? But if you're trying to get rest and you're trying to have peace of mind, it's you kind of just have to make peace with it, if that makes sense. And so that's kind of like how healing works too. You kind of just have to see the good in it, even if there's nothing good at all. You have to make something good of it. And if not good, you have to accept it. And that's the hardest part, accepting what's happened to you, accepting what's happening to you, even. Um, and even if it was other people that did it to you, you're responsible for your own healing. Nobody else can heal you. You have to heal yourself. And so, I mean, that's really the hardest part, but that it's it's got to hurt before it can heal, you know. It's like when a wound itches, that's how you know it's healing. It's going to hurt, it's going to itch. But it has to hurt in order to get better. And so you have to go through that hurt. And that's how you heal and that's how you get stronger. Like a mental workout, because if you don't experience bad things, you're not given room to grow. If you only experience good things in your life, you're never going to be able to handle any kind of hardship. So in experiencing that hardship, you prepare yourself for the future, right? And so the more you grow from it, the more prepared you are for the next time you get hurt or the next time you fail or anything, because it's always a learning process. It's always a place to grow. And it's still hard, trying to heal yourself. even when it's somebody else that stabbed you, you know, you still gotta get stitches. And it's it's hard. It's hard, but it's also rewarding in a way. And also you have to be willing to make change and willing to grow to be able to heal, because if you stay the same, that wound is never going to close because you're staying in that point in time, staying in that area of hurt. You know, if you pause time, it's just going to keep bleeding. It's not going to close up, you know. And it goes the same way for, like, if you're trying to console somebody and all they can do is wallow in their hurt, you gotta let it go. Like, you gotta let them go, because they're just gonna drag you down with them. Because if they're not willing to grow, if they're not willing to heal, you can't help them, because they first have to help themselves. And you can try to, like, coax them and help them and make them learn, but it's all in their own time. And sometimes that time can't include you, because it will drag you down and make your wounds bleed more, make your wounds bleed longer. And so the best thing to do is to let them go and to let your worries go. Or it just, in a way, focus on yourself. You can care about other people, but you matter most of all. You yourself. You should focus on yourself. And that doesn't mean you can't help other people, and that doesn't mean you shouldn't care about other people. But you come first. You should always come first. No one should ever come above yourself, because that's how you get hurt. Sorry, my headphone fell out. Hi, Comfy. If you see the little, like, white thing under me, this thing, go off, it's me reading the chat, because if I, like, go over here and click the tab, it's gonna go off. I also can't read chat a lot, because then I'll have to, like, keep clicking over. once the song's over, I'm gonna keep talking. It's just a little loud. Um, but on the topic of like healing, sometimes you have to leave the wound open because it has to breathe. Because if you cover it, it's just gonna fester and rot and just become septic at some point. So you have to let it open. You have to leave it open. You have to let it air out and heal on its own without covering it with a band-aid. Because it's not going to heal you. It's only going to harm you. And so leaving it open and letting it heal on its own will help it grow. And so that it's not everything that you can leave open. Sometimes you do have to cover it or stitch it back up. But situations where that's not an option, you have to let it heal naturally. And it's going to take time. It always takes time. It's never easy. It's never quick. It's never right when you need it either. But it happens in time. I should sleep. I really should. But at the same time, I've got things to do. Thank you. Also, I can't see chat while I'm drawing, just FYI. I just happened to see when you popped in. Thank you. It's it's easier than it looks, really. I'm just the foam at the top is shoving my head down a little bit, so it's all a bit painful. But I can see pretty well out of it. Um, it's mostly like peripheral that I can't see out of, because this is built like around how my eye sockets are, so I can see like pretty much anything, really. It's it's much easier to see than you would think. At least I hope so, because like Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling this stream a night because I am very tired and I still have a lot of things I need to put away to start moving out. So, I will see you again when I see you. It might be a couple months, it might even be next year. Um, I will try to post time lapses of things um, between any kind of stream I do. Nothing is guaranteed though, because, you know, life's about to get really, really busy. And I also don't want to stream at my house at all, because I don't want y'all to hear anything, you know. This is a goodbye for probably a long time. Thank you for watching this far, if you have.